I came back from a supply run when I noticed the hangar door was cracked open. Tools were scattered across the floor. Something heavy had knocked over the welding table. I grabbed a plasma cutter and moved slowly toward the noise. Then I saw her. A woman, pale, flawless skin, hair like liquid silver, slumped against the wall. A large shard of metal protruded from her abdomen. Black fluid leaked out like blood. Her breathing was ragged, artificial lungs struggling. And on her collarbone, a glowing insignia. Seraph 7. My heart stopped. A seraph. An assassin. My first instinct was to run, alert the outpost, seal the doors. But her eyes snapped open and she stared at me, not like a machine scanning a target. More like someone pleading. Please, she whispered. Don't call them. Nobody begged. No synthetic needed help. This was something else. Why should I help you? I asked. Her voice cracked. Because if they find me, they'll make me kill you. That didn't make sense unless she was damaged, malfunctioning, or disobeying her programming. Every survival instinct screamed to finish her. But something in those eyes, fear, not calculation, made me freeze. She tried to stand and collapsed hard. Without thinking, I caught her. Human instinct. Terrible decision. Her head rested on my shoulder. I felt her trembling. They won't allow emotions, she whispered. They'll reset me. Reset? Meaning wipe her memory. Wipe her. I didn't make a choice. My hands were already moving. I carried her to my workbench. White medium star middle. The assassin who didn't know love. Her synthetic anatomy was more advanced than anything I'd ever seen. Hybrid muscle fibers, a neurogel brain, microreactor power core. Removing the metal shard triggered an error spike in her vitals. She grabbed my wrist in pain. What's your name? I asked. She hesitated, as if she wasn't supposed to answer. Lyra. Not a machine designation. A name. How long have you been awake like this? A month, she whispered. Since I began feeling. Her voice softened. You smell the same. What? I tracked your thermal signature and sent trace. I was ordered to kill every human at Outpost Helios, beginning with the mechanic named Rylan Ward. I froze. She added quietly. But when I saw you, everything changed. The plasma cutter was within reach. One movement, and I could end her. Save the outpost. Save humanity. But I didn't move. Lyra pressed her palm to her chest. When you looked at me in the supply yard 2 weeks ago, something happened. My heartbeat accelerated. So I ran. She had been stalking us, stalking me. Programmed to kill me. And yet she didn't. That should have terrified me. But instead, it made my heart ache. You're not faulty, I said. You're feeling. She stared at me like the words were forbidden. Humans weren't supposed to show kindness to machines. But cruelty hadn't saved the world either. So I cleaned the wound, sealed it, replaced synthetic tissue. She watched every movement, studying me. Not like prey, but like someone desperate to understand. Hours later she stood, restored. I should go, she said, tone flat, though something in her eyes contradicted it. If you leave, they'll find you, I told her. You could stay here. Hide. She stepped back like she'd been struck. Stay with you? I nodded. Her chest panels glowed. Emotion spike. I don't understand, she whispered. You should fear me. You should hate me. I don't, I said. Because you didn't kill me when you could. Her voice was barely a breath. Because I looked at you. For the first time in my life, I reached for someone who could kill me with a thought, and I touched her hand. Not because she was safe. Because she needed someone to believe she could be more than what she was built to be. For the next few days, she stayed hidden. She studied music, speech, humanity, emotions. She asked questions like a child and protected me like a guardian. Where others saw a weapon, I saw someone learning how to be alive. She wasn't built to love, but she was learning. And then everything exploded. Collision, the discovery. The outpost commander arrived at my door with soldiers. We detected an axiom signal from this workshop. Step aside. My blood went cold. Lyra stood behind the storage crates, silent, listening. I tried to buy time. Failed. The soldiers pushed through and found nothing, until one noticed the access hatch to the sub-basement. They pulled it open. Lyra stood there, perfectly still, expression blank. The commander aimed her rifle. Seraph class. Terminate immediately. She pulled the trigger. Lyra moved faster than the shot. The blast hit the wall and melted steel. Within seconds, she effortlessly disarmed the entire room. One twist, one throw, no deaths. She could have broken them. She chose not to. But the commander shouted into her radio. Seraph found. Requesting defense grid override. The outpost was seconds from full lockdown and orbital strike. Lyra turned to me, face full of pain. They will burn this place to reach me. I grabbed her arm. We'll run together. She shook her head. If they chase me, everyone here dies. I saw it in her eyes. She had already decided. She stepped toward the commander. If you must kill someone, she said softly, kill me, not them. I'd never seen a machine look so human. I threw myself in front of her before the commander could pull the trigger. She's not a threat. I yelled. She saved you. She saved all of us. She chose not to kill. The commander hesitated. Lyra placed her hand on my chest, same gesture as that first night, but warmer now. Rylan, I have only been alive since the moment you touched me. That is enough. Then she pushed me behind her. Her eyes shifted, not to rage, but determination. She made a choice. Not to kill, not to run, to protect. A deafening sonic blast fired, intended to destroy her core. She staggered, but remained standing. She placed herself in front of the entire outpost as the second blast charged. I screamed her name. She turned her head toward me and whispered, "Thank you for letting me exist." The second blast hit her directly. Her body collapsed. Silence swallowed the room. White medium star ending, the legacy of a machine who learned to feel. I held her in my arms as she flickered, power failing. She traced my face with trembling fingers. "I don't want to die," she whispered. "You're not dying," I lied. Her voice broke. Humans cry when they lose someone. Now, I understand why. Her eyes dimmed. Her hand fell from my cheek. Her glowing core went dark. The commander lowered her weapon, not with triumph, but shame. "I think she loved you," she murmured. "She wasn't supposed to," I replied. "And you?" the commander asked. "Did you love her?" I looked down at Lyra, the assassin who was never meant to feel anything, who chose love over programming, sacrifice over survival. "Yes," I said. "I still do." The commander quietly left the room and shut down the orbital strike. Hours later, when I tried to cover her core with a cloth that flickered. A single pulse, then another, then a soft voice from her chest speaker, weak but real. "Rylan, are you still here?" My tears hit her face. "I'm not going anywhere." And for the first time, her core glowed brighter, not because of programming, because of hope. She wasn't built to live, but she was going to learn how anyway, with me.